What will you leave behind when you go? Legacy or curse? The choice is yours. You can either change and evolve or repeat the patterns done to you. Know thyself and be true. Never allow anyone else to tell you who you are and all that you can be, whether it be with their words or actions. Never allow a broken heart to change who you are, only who you give yourself to. Increase your discernment. I love when the sun comes up and I can watch the light glide across my skin. I don't want to be awakened, but there's peace to be had. For you, I would. For our freedom, I just might. But for myself and my child, I would destroy the world and everything bad in it. You can't hold someone's heart hostage and expect them to not explode. You can't expect the grenade to not ignite. There are those who are highly protected, so protected that they're untouchable. Karma favors them, and when you stand in the way of their progress, she will hunt you down. She will wait for the right moment to attack. You'll know what you did to deserve it. Take heed to the warning of those you hurt. You ensnare a curse so disturbing you'll want to end it, but can't, and that will be your suffering. It's important that you learn early to focus on yourself. Give but balance selfishness. There are those who only want to drain you of all of your talent, ideas, energy, creativity, energy, and power. One day, when you are finally at peace with being alone and balanced your karma, you'll find union, and they'll bring you closer to yourself. They will bring to the surface all your fears, the things you don't deal with. They will teach you the true awakening and verify that you are ready for the next phase of your journey. A goddess never loses value in the eyes of their fellow gods who have been lost, shut out, ears plugged. We must awaken. Open your eyes to the truth and see the real word for what it is. We are much more powerful than we are aware of. We are also afraid to be vulnerable, to express our truth. This matrix of fear holds us all hostage, holds us back. Remember who you are. And yes, she lost some battles, but she was always aware of the bigger picture. And therefore, she won the war. She felt true freedom and became the energy of receiving abundance and prosperity. That was her current reality. Now she no longer wept for what she lost. She understood her path, her role, her awakening. For she lived in utter peace, longing for naught. She lived her destiny, and that was her new reality. By tapping into the receiving energy of her ancestors and their power, by showing gratitude for all that she had, she connected internally and rose against what was trying to break her. The part of her that sought validation outside of herself faded. Trusting her intuition, she decides and she moves on. Her heart can no longer bear indecision. Her standards are high. She no longer tolerates not being valued or respected or loved at the same level as she does, because she is an example that it is possible. If she is not your priority, you will not get to experience her. There are those who will try to seek refuge inside of her, twisting and disorganizing her fate, suppressing her emotions, dimming her light, destiny swapping, hiding behind karma. Our experiences are unique and can't be replicated. Standing up for virtue and freedom is the only choice, or we will be stuck in the repeated cycle. We must learn, remember, realize, unlearn, reteach, awaken, and then share with the masses as we all ascend. This is our true purpose of love. She is of kind heart, mind, and soul aligned. With no way out, she had to face her shadow, shrouded in darkness and mystery and silence, engulfing her, consuming her. But then she remembered how bright and pure her light is, how it shines. Unafraid, she stopped chasing. Following the path of his shadow was causing her too much confusion. What was being said versus what was being done was causing her to have a battle of mind and heart. Her path is filled with responsibilities. She couldn't afford to walk alongside him, carrying his burdens with him. He was not ready. She knew then that she couldn't force it. She couldn't change it because it wasn't her. Midway on the path, she stopped. They both felt the shift. She turned her body to walk into the other direction. He didn't stop. He didn't call out to her. He didn't reach for her like she had done for him. He was afraid. Fear filled his heart. For he knew she was the catalyst for his change. Just like she knew it had to be his choice. But she was not waiting. She was not chasing. She was awakening. And now she's running towards herself, her own path, her own light, her own choices, her own life. And as she stared in the eyes of her reflection, she asked, "Who am I?" A question echoed throughout space and time, one for which we all search the earth to find the answers for, one for which we may not be able to answer until right before the end. Why are we so afraid? Cascading into streams down her cheeks, all her fears, anger, grief, and sadness were released in that moment. She was never too much. Her light was never too bright. She was simply surrounded by souls unfamiliar to pure love and the balance of shadow and light. She had fought long and hard for her freedom. She won't feel bad anymore. There are no more regrets. This is her journey, and she must walk her path all on her own towards freedom and the peace that she was creating eternally to reflect outwardly. She lived like there was no tomorrow. She loved like she was unafraid. She mastered the art of detachment because she understood that possession is not love and we own nothing. No one owes us anything. We are born with free will, good, bad, right, and wrong. The choices we make dictate who we become. We cannot take our possessions, the things that we've gathered, with us. In the end, our hearts are weighed, our souls are weighed, our choices are weighed. Reincarnation or ascension is the next step. The choice is always ours to make. Blaming others is just easier. So fearlessly strive for more. Clear your negative thoughts that keep you from being your true self. No more chasing, no more asking, no more potential. If who you are currently doesn't align with where I'm going, you will not be allowed to tag along for the ride. Sacrifice is necessary to gain access. And no, I won't ask. The energy shift here will let you know if this is where you belong or if you're even meant to travel in this direction. If you can get past the guards of the heart and make an offering, you will be considered. Or maybe your offering will be seen as gratitude for my presence alone. Trust fall is the game that life asks us to play. It's the game in tune with our reality. It asks you to let your fears go and explore the depths of yourself. Wait for no one on this adventure. Learn the art of stillness. Sit alone. Thieves of the energy and luck that comes with being with a spiritual woman, with having a spiritual love, be warned. Ill intentions will always be met with the highest form of karma, because you could have just left me In letting go of her expectations, she stopped wandering aimlessly and led the adventure of a lifetime. Traveling, learning different languages, she became one with the people. She understood unity, and in herself she found the purest form of love. She was meant to guide the masses. Her voice was meant to be heard. In everyone, she saw her own reflection, and in her own reflection, she saw everyone. Her perspective is what changed. She was herself all along, being taught every day to be someone else, until she journeyed no more. She dived deeper into herself. For the first time, she felt truly found and seen. She didn't know where she was going. She didn't know how it was going to happen, but she knew what she had to do. She knew what life she wanted to live, what she wanted to do with her existence. What would make it happen? Letting go of the self-limiting beliefs she had adopted. Once she remembered she was never truly alone, she ran towards herself, towards her path, towards her destiny. For she knew that her shadow, her demons, were running right next to her, shielding her, protecting her. She stripped herself bare. She could feel the rain on her skin, falling as the wind carried her further. Her screams, her cries, her prayers were heard by her ancestors. Her destination was unknown. In a cynical world deprived of its true essence, energy must be transitional, an exchange of the truth. She realized it's all just an experience. Nothing ever truly belongs to us. Once the experience is through, we move on. The experience is now either a part of your life or a lesson you finally learned. Either way, it was always meant to happen, and you learn to be grateful. For she knew she didn't belong. The bright lights, the music, it tempted her. She took one last look at her world, at the life that she had, which she knew. She knew that once she committed to this path, to her destiny, she would have no choice but to stay, forced to remember her true power and forgetting everything that she had adopted. In finding her purpose, she realized that was the reason for her existence. Everything else was just an experience. The people, the places, the situations, they don't need your attachment because nothing truly belonged to her. The art of detachment is only of value if discernment is mastered, digesting those experiences and learning the necessary lessons in order to attain evolution and freedom, ascension. Growth is a part of the journey. Your essence, your soul will always be who you are. Embrace that. But what you gain along the way can either make elevated changes of endless possibilities, or you will remain in rigid stagnation, seeking to always remain as you have been, unwavering and unlearning, ungrowing. The deeper into the sun I go, the deeper I transcend into the abyss of knowledge. Our beings transcend high. You spit game as I rhyme, all while we choke on time. fingers of arrogance wrapped around our throats. Let's run away. A shaman present. Kill the ego, quiet the mind, breathe through it. All 6 eyes are open. Blood as old as existence, from a period very few mention. A language, a code, lost. And we can't translate. We must fully immerse ourselves in the preordained lifestyle. She had to endure every trial and every test. Faithfully, she closed her eyes and allowed herself to fall. She felt warm. She felt safe. She felt embraced. If the rhythm of her hips doesn't rock your boat, the perpetual beauty that is her heart will awaken the path for which was preordained throughout time. As she danced, she swayed her hips to the sound of drums. Celebration was in order in the spirit realm, for her ancestors knew she was awakening. With each movement, eyes followed, ensnared by the way the moonlight lit her up. Who could truly see her? Who could truly accept her as she was still becoming? Trusting the unspoken words of the heart, of the soul, unity was upon her. Forcing things only brings you further away from yourself. Your thoughts, no matter how small, determine your vibration, which shifts the perception of your reality while also facing the perception of the collective consciousness, which is being swayed by consumption, which is being controlled by those who control what we consume. The only solution is to literally unplug yourself from the system. Be self-sufficient. Do we all just flee? Or do we create a paradise here where we are? The only way to make home, home again, we must all participate and become one with the divine, with the magic of this world, with the endless possibilities. Rising with the sun as the birds sing is the only natural way to be. Time measured in hours and minutes is but a construct of the mind based solely on what you consume. When you think of yourself as energy and time as frequency, it'll change your perception on existence, not life. You can live a life worth living or choose the existence of your very own creation or follow the masses. Sticking to the code, submerging yourself further, becoming even more dependent on the matrix. We have everything we need. The magician holds all elements. It's all just a state of mind, a choice worth choosing, a choice to change, to align. By design, we are created that way. It is what we reflect to one another that determines the longevity. Can you heal and let go of your ego? Can you put your pride to the side and let yourself be vulnerable? Can you wake up next to the current version of yourself and fall in love and stay in love? And in the eve of her awakening, the night before the full moon, her ascension symptoms almost overwhelmed her. Had it not been for her awareness, she might have lingered in a state of confusion for who knows how long. Renewal with open eyes, she no longer runs from herself. She welcomes all with open arms, and the feminine embodies love,